You're going to stay invisible in 2026 if you keep posting the way you're posting. The brands that are winning, well, they're using AI in order to truly grow their brand and their content. So, we're going to show you why and how this can work for you as we dive into today's episode of AI Wealth. Is that what we're calling this? I don't even know. I think I
Let's
just,
do it. I'm here for the wealth.
yeah, I like AI and I like wealth. So, okay, welcome back with another episode. I'm Shamara Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. I help 6 and 7 figure business owners leave their lights on, keep their lights on. That's really what I help them do. Keep your lights on. Okay.
I love that. And I'm Quonda Renee. I am an ecosystem strategist. That's just a fancy way to say that I help people with influence own their audience and monetize their audience. And you know what's so funny is it took me all year to figure that out. All year. I spent the last year trying to figure this out.
That's what marketing is for, right? We just get to test. We get to throw out a whole bunch of stuff and test the entire time, and then whatever lands.
Exactly. And whatever makes you happy, something you like to get up and do. And so that's where I found myself at in December. Can you believe we're in December already?
We about to be friends for a whole year. We should
Yeah,
celebrate.
we should. When did we connect? Was that March?
It was February.
That was February?
I think so.
Okay, so we hung out in May because I was just looking at our
No, we
videos,
hung
our
out in
pictures.
March.
We hung out in, was it March?
Yeah,
It was
I came
warm here. That's why I was thinking May
through.
because it was
Georgia's
warm
weird.
here.
Georgia's weird.
Wow.
Georgia's warm because it's below the basin. I mean,
Remember,
because
my
the coastal
allergies were
area.
going crazy when you came.
Yeah, it was. It was because spring was also either it was just hitting spring or
Yeah.
spring was right around the corner.
Yeah, because
So
that pollen was out there where we were when we were hanging out. It was all over the chairs and stuff.
that's so
Wow.
true. I
That
remember.
was fast.
Yeah, about to be a whole year. That went by so quickly. Like 1 minute, I was sliding in your DMs. The next minute, we just hanging out. That's cool.
You
Yeah,
know what's funny is because all my like close friends, I've met them through social media.
that's how it is. When I hear people say things like, I remember one time I was talking to this pastor, and she was like, "Yeah, social media destroys relationships." I said, "No, it doesn't. People destroy relationships.
Exactly.
Social media is just neutral. It depends on what you want to do with it." And I can say that firmly because I built so many relationships, not just clients, like friends. I made best friends on there. I've developed relationships with my family members on social media. Like it really is a great place to connect. But if you are toxic, then that's all you're gonna see. But that's you don't need social media to prove that you're toxic. It's just
Right,
like your friendship circle down.
right. And the intent of social media when it first started, it was connection, it was community.
Yeah.
So some people know how to take advantage of that and be a part of a community and connect. And there's other people that just bring their own toxic behavior to other people.
Blaming. It's like when people, I know this going like way left, but it's like when people say things like, we need to ban guns because guns are bad. And I'm like, no, people who use the guns are bad. These guns are neutral. They don't do nothing. Like
Exactly.
you're the one who have to operate it. So it's such a weird mindset to have. But I'm
Exactly. I
very,
like my gun.
you have a gun? Wait, what? You have a gun? We've never had this conversation before.
Yes.
In my mind, it's pink. I don't know why. What color?
No, I wish it was pink. It's like green. It's like a dark green.
Sorry,
I
y'all.
feel like I want to go get it, but I think they will ban us.
Probably you got a green gun. Oh my goodness, I want to see it. So do you walk around with it, or do you just keep?
No, when I first got it, I did. Um, but I just kind of let my angels do my work for me.
Yeah, that part, that part. See, I contemplated getting a gun, right? But the laws in New York is so different from Georgia. Like Georgia, you buy the gun, you get the permit.
Yeah.
New York, you gotta take a test, you get the permit. When you get the gun, it has to be locked away in a safe and dismantled or some crap like that.
When did I pick my nose?
You were talking, it threw me off. I was like, what the? Who
You
said
know
it?
what? We attract amazing people.
When you go live
Yeah.
with YouTube Mobile.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube Mobile, like they be doing it, but it's whatever.
At least they spell my name right.
Anyway, can I just say that you made me even happier that you own a gun? I didn't know. You could have been like, I'm so against gun laws. And I'm like, okay. Because usually
Maybe for other people,
I'd be like, hello. we have the rights to bear arms. That is our right. Like, why do you keep giving it away? Like,
I haven't been to the range in a while, but it was so fun. So
yeah.
fun to do that.
I used to go to the range too, down in Georgia. Actually, I used to go in Georgia, in New York. We had one up in Westchester, but
Okay.
it wasn't a handheld, so we couldn't do handheld. So like that's the other thing. We have like different zoning laws. I don't know, maybe it's changed, but back then in my early 20s, we could only use like rifles or like hunting guns or whatever they call, and that's what we used to use in the gun range. But then when I went to Georgia and we got to do the handheld, that was a lot of power. Like too much for me. Like I was clearly don't know how to hold a gun and shoot because I was shooting. I'm like, oh, that's not what this episode was about. But
No, but that was hilarious. I love it. We
that
always drift. I love it though.
that made me happy. I'm just like, yes, because sometimes when I talk about that, and I don't talk about it often, I could just tell people just like, no, we're for like keeping everyone safe, no guns. And I'm like, if we're gonna keep everyone safe, we need to take away guns from police then, if we're gonna keep everyone safe. So but no
Exactly.
one's having that conversation. Okay, now before we jump into our conversation, because today we are going to be talking about how you can stay visible in 2026 by using AI. We're going to talk about some AI content strategies that you can use and creative content too. But if you're loving what you're hearing, feel free to write in the chat. If you have any questions, you can feel free to write in the chat too. But I would love to know, how was everyone's Thanksgiving? If you want to share in the chat, you can write that too. Quonda, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. I got to go back home to North Carolina, hang out with my people. Well, actually, I did two things on Thanksgiving. I spent like the mornings with my family in North Carolina. Then I drove to Virginia and hung out with my other family. So it was a good time, and it was some really good food. Oxtails.
You
Ugh,
had some oxtails? Was it
did.
was it Trini oxtails or someone
No, it
Jamaican?
wasn't Trini. It was the black version, but it was really really good. It was in they had a and when I went to Virginia, they had a nice chef that like literally did the whole spread. And it was really really good,
Oh,
really
nice. That's
really
good. Oh, I love that. Yeah, girl. I laughed too. I was trying not to laugh so hard.
good. Listen, I,
I was trying not to laugh so hard because you're over here talking about food, and I was just like, the foolishness that
and
comes.
him rebuking me for pride is hilarious. If you're
Oh,
watching the replay, sorry, it's the comments for me.
yeah.
Okay.
The comments are really hilarious today. So,
Yeah.
okay. But yes, I'm happy you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I enjoyed my Thanksgiving too. I cooked a lot of food, so we still have leftovers. And now it's like I'm gonna have to throw out some of it. I actually did. I threw out like my pasta started to go bad because I made like a shrimp and pesto pasta and I put crab meat in it. And
Oh,
girl, I just had to throw it out. I'm like, yeah, this is not good anymore. So, but it was good. It was delicious. Me and my family had fun. There's something that we do also, like my cousin, he just got married and his wife is pregnant, and so right before our family members give birth, my family, we have this ritual that we like to do, which is called a candlelight ceremony, where we welcome the baby into this world, right? And we commit them into Jesus's arms. And so that's what we did on Thanksgiving Day. This is like the second Thanksgiving that we had a lot of functions happening at once. We also celebrated my mom's birthday too, because her birthday was like that Sunday. So we,
oh, happy birthday to her.
yeah, I'll tell her. Probably not. I'll eat the message. All right, we should probably jump into what we're talking about today. You want to kick us off? You want me to kick us off?
You can kick us off.
Okay, so earlier this fall, I was thinking to myself, man, I need to do something completely different. It is so hard. What is that? Caesar? I don't know if your name is Caesar. You're cracking me up. You're funny, Caesar. It's funny because it reminds me of there was this video where this guy, all he does is he looks for people to what's the word, to troll. That's all he
Okay.
does. He has like 10 computers and all he's doing is
Does he get paid from doing that, or is that just a hobby?
his payment is he gets to suck your energy. Like
Oh, okay.
he is happy about it. He has like 10 computers where all
That
he's
is
doing is trolling
crazy.
people all day.
That is crazy and a
I'm
waste of time.
like,
That's
God, never in my life will I ever. Anyway, I think that's what that Caesar person is doing because
Oh,
they're
okay.
not listening to us. They just writing crap in the comments. But it's good. Keep writing the crap because the more you write, the more this live gets pushed out. So we're actually
Right.
unfazed and unbothered. But anyway, so this fall I was praying to God like I needed a new marketing strategy, right? And so he gave me one. We talked about the marketing strategy. But then another one came to mind, and I could hear your voice because you just kept saying to me, "You're a TV producer. You're a TV producer." So I decided I want to start using a storytelling, right? And really like crafting this storytelling and using AI to do it. And then here we are, like 2 months later, and now we see a whole bunch of articles where people are talking about how what is it? Micro dramas
Drama
are now are if they're not already, they're about to be $1 billion industry.
industry.
Like there are content creators, there are brands that are releasing micro dramas. These are episodic content with storytelling. They're filled with drama. They're filled with action. They're about 2 minutes to 4 minutes long, right? That you get to just consume watching on Instagram, Snapchat, because I think Snapchat really was the first ones to launch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like people don't give Snapchat enough credit ever since Kylie like destroyed them. But it's a whole other story.
But you know what's interesting about Snapchat is that there are people making $60,000 a month on there. People go on there just to binge watch those stories or whatever they call them.
That's so interesting to me. I was gonna say so weird, but really is just interesting to me because in my mind, I haven't used Snapchat in forever. But just because, I mean, I've heard the same thing. Like people, like they put up like hundreds of snaps a day, but they make a lot of money from it. So, I mean, whatever works for you.
Yeah, I think it might be untapped. I just don't know um, who's consuming it. I don't know much about the consumer
Yeah,
over
me
there.
neither. And I feel like they don't talk about Snapchat as much, but who knows? Maybe it just doesn't cross our plate.
Right.
What did cross our plate was these micro dramas. And what I love so much about it is that, in these micro dramas, they're using like actual people to shoot them. But what I love is the idea that we can create these on our own for way cheaper using AI. Like we can use AI tools in order for us to create our own micro dramas so that we can actually make money or more money, I should say, millions of dollars in 2026, especially if you're a business owner and you want to promote your brand and you're tired of like running ads. You're tired of like just trying to sell direct to camera. Creating a micro drama series will be able to help you to do that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I was thinking about that even for my own content. I was thinking more about utilizing stories a little bit more because now I kind of just in my stories I'll put like maybe some behind the scenes stuff if I'm creating something, or I might just share what I posted on the feed. But I think going into 2026, I want to treat stories as its own separate entity. And then you can do that now quickly with AI. You can legit go in AI, create, like a 8-second video and put merge a bunch of them together and create a whole storyline. So you could definitely do that as well. So I would love to see how people are utilizing it. I'm even thinking about this for the people that are getting into the AI artist space. Um, Instead of just posting like some of their songs, maybe take on a whole persona for them. Build a whole character around them, build some type of storyline. I was playing around with one for the artist that I created, and I have her sitting down in an office, about like she's about to get a record deal, and she's pitching her song to the guy, and that took me less than probably 20 minutes to make. You know what I mean? So it's just getting creative. Let's say you're in like you're a life coach. Maybe you could create little stories about some of the things that your clients would go through and show how they would navigate through it. I think you just got to be creative.
And I think, what I like about AI is that it's allowing people to be able to tap into that creativity. I think for a while people were not tapping into that creativity because I got to pay bills. I got to focus on this. I got to do the rat race, right? But now AI has made it a lot simpler because it really is just all about a text prompt. That's really all that it is, right? And so that's what I love. It reminds me of like, I've grown up in the television industry. I've worked in the television industry for over a decade and a half. And when I first started entering the television industry, whenever it came to releasing TV shows, right, the equipment was expensive. There was one way to get in, and that was through film festivals. And then YouTube came out. And when YouTube came out, there came another way to get in by just posting content on YouTube. And because so much more people are creating video content, there are lots of brands that have come out with cheaper film equipment, which has made it so much more accessible for people to actually shoot content and put it out there. And I feel like AI has launched another wave, right? People love CGI content. They love VR content. They love like those really big explosive contents. What am I thinking? I'm not just thinking about green screen, but like super yeah, I'll just stick with CGI content. And now you can create that using AI. And even if you're someone where you're like, okay, I don't want it to look super cinematic, it doesn't even have to look like that. It can be super simple, right? You can, if you are a business coach, if you're a mindset coach, you can just tell stories. You could do reenactment stories of clients that has come your way, right? And or I should say, you can readapt it, right? So you've already heard their story, and you can do this in a way that does not reveal their identities. So some of you work in industries where your clients have to remain concealed or private. Well, now you can share their stories without revealing their identity by using micro dramas. So I just feel like it's really big and it's really important.
Yeah, and I think it's also good for industries that are not necessarily sexy, or industries that are a little bit boring, like maybe if you're an accountant or something like that. And to the average person, that might not be something like, what kind of content are you going to make? You could get really, really creative. You could even add comedy in it. And what I like about these micro dramas is that it's spent the block, because you and I were kind of dialoguing a little bit earlier, and I was telling you there was another company in 2019, I believe it was. They came out with this concept. They had a whole app. They were like the Netflix for short content, but it didn't do what like it should have did, right? It didn't take off, and it could have been because they captured people during the pandemic, but then we got back out, and
Mhm.
so people were kind of on the go. But now we're in that space where the attention span is just not there anymore. People
Mhm.
don't necessarily want to see a full, or don't have the time to see a full 30-minute episode of something. And I noticed Amazon was doing this a few years back. Their episodes were shorter. I think they were doing either 10 or 20 minutes long. I remember seeing something with Megan Good on Amazon, and I was like, "Wow, this episode is only." It was like either 10 or 20 minutes, and I thought that was onto something, because I'm somebody that likes to watch
Mhm. Mhm.
different trends like that and just note what people are doing. So I just think that that is kind of the time. Now you still have people that are going to be into long episodes and things like that, but I feel like on a place like social media, it's like, let me get it quick, and then move on to the next. So it's just about thinking about how your audience, how your fan or your person is consuming your content, or would like to consume your content, and being creative.
Yeah, and I really love that you brought that up, especially because what I have noticed on social media is that educational content and authority content does not perform as much anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I stopped teaching my clients that you want to put out educational, educational, educational. It's really all about entertainment, right? And there are many people who do not know how to tell a story. Like every time we're talking about story content, people automatically go to lifestyle or behind the scenes content, right? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about legit coming up with the story. Like for those of you who used to write short stories or creative stories in elementary school and junior high school, those are the stories that we're talking about right now. That's what the micro dramas are doing. For some of you who are like, but I'm not that creative, that's what your AI tools are for. Like you can go to chat can create your story for you. So a lot of you probably don't know, actually, y'all all may be new to us, or some people are not new to us. But I have a podcast. It's called Wisdom to Wealth, and I have the first ever AI co-host who's working with me in this podcast, right? And I thought to myself, you know what? All of her responses seems to be a reaction to me. I really need to develop a backstory for her. And yesterday I just sat with Chat. I told Chat to take on the mind of a master story producer who specializes in character development. And once Chat did that, we were able to actually develop the backstory for Shine. So now when she starts showing up inside the podcast again, she'll be more well-rounded. She won't be such a flat character that only responds or reacts to me, but now she'll actually start sharing stories from her life, which is actually what gets people to fall in love with characters. You understanding their story, you understanding where they came from, you understanding their personality. And so when you really start to have that type of mindset, you can create content that's different. And here's the best thing about it is this content is still kind of new. Not a lot of people are doing it. Like even the bigger creators that you see who have blown up back in 2020, they're still focused on tips and tricks, right? But a lot of the smaller creators who are coming out with tips and tricks, it's not working. So you want to shift into something that's going to be creative, that your audience can actually want to binge your content and come back for it every single day. The other thing, when it comes to marketing, marketing is constantly changing. Every couple of years it's changing. Like I feel like even now it's been changing a lot faster, right? So back in 2020, reels, oh, I shouldn't say reels, TikToks, short form videos, that was the thing, right? But now it's not enough just to put out reels because everyone's doing videos. So AI came out. AI became the thing, right? But now here's an industry where it's starting to really blow up. This is where you want to get in.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and to the people that like man, I got to do some other type of content. You can also outsource it, right? You can get people that specialize in creating AI content, and then you can, get a package or however you want to do it. But that's just, that's just another. This is just another wave of what's going on. I believe, and this is just my opinion, that 20 going into 2026, gone are the days where you're just a content creator. The people that are going to win are content directors, the ones that understand AI, the ones that are being, are showing unique ways in which you could get in front of your audience, convert your audience. So I'm excited about this new pivot or this new shift that is going on. And you like you said, there's some of these older influencers or older content creators that were on the way before. I think they're trying to figure out where to go, right? I think they're trying to see, what's the next thing. But I think content creators are in that burnt out phase, like, just on this rabbit hole, or the rabbit, what is it, rabbit hole or rabbit hill, whatever it is, of just like creating content, creating content. And it's just like, no, I don't want to just create content. I want to create something that's going to impact people. I want to create something that's going to change lives. I want to create something that's going to convert, that's going to bring people into my ecosystem.
Yeah, what I really love about this era is that the creativity gets to go back to the people. Like we don't have to rely on big industries, big television companies in order to create anymore. Like you really can be the one. Like if you have an idea, just do it. Like I've had an idea for many years to turn my dreams into animation series, right? Like where I'm like telling the dream and there's animation to go with it. And for a long time, I'm like, you know what? I'll do it when I'm ready to pay someone to create this for me, right? I don't need to do that no more. Have
Right.
AI. Like yesterday, I was playing around with in Hicksfield to create some scenes. First of all, I'm not gonna front. Hicksfield was acted a fool for me. But
Really?
yeah, I'm gonna show y'all some of the stuff it was creating. I showed my sister. I was like, "What is going on here?" But I'm gonna get better at this. I'm gonna get better at this. I do want to share what Chanel wrote. Chanel said, "We are in the edutainment era for sure. How-to content is not converting at all. People want credibility and relevance." And I want to add to that. It's not just about the credibility. I feel like people want that creativity. Like they want to see, they want to be entertained for sure, but they also want to see like, wow, I've never seen this type of content before. I've never seen someone do something like this before, something that's like really outside the box, because what's happening is everyone is starting to sound like everyone,
Yeah.
right? And this is I feel like this is what always happens, and then a shift comes and then like they pushes everyone out. But you had mentioned you think that the bigger creators, they're trying to figure out what to do with their content, and I think so too. That's why I see so many of them hopping on the AI train. They weren't before. They weren't teaching AI content 2 years ago, but now they're like shutting down their brands and opening up new AI brands, right? So they're trying to see, okay, how can I still be relevant? And I ain't mad because it reminds me of Beyonce. I love me some Beyonce. I don't listen to her music, but I respect her as a businesswoman. Like when I think about when she came out, I was in what junior high school when she came out, maybe elementary. I don't remember when Destiny's Child came out, but we were young when they came out. And I am now near 40, and the Beyonce is still relevant. Why? Because she has been staying ahead of the times and she's not afraid to jump into different genres. So, a lot of these bigger creators, these bigger motivational speakers, they're recognizing that too. Like, they need to stay relevant. So, instead of me watching my business die, I'm going to jump into the next thing that's going to help me to get to the next level.
Yeah. And One thing I like about AI, or what I really love about AI, is the disruption of it all. It's like you can get in an industry that you weren't once qualified to be in just from learning how to input and put prompts in it. Just like we talked about the AI music artist in the past, Zanae Monet. This woman, Talisha Jones, I believe is her name, she wasn't looking to be in the music industry. She just was feeding her community, feeding her audience, taking something that she liked to do, spoken word or whatever, writing poetry, taking that and she turned it into a song, put it on social media. People gravitated to it. So it's allowing us to be in the playing field of like, I don't have to get all these years and years and years of experience. Now I just have to learn AI. I just have to learn how to prompt. I think on the other side of that, people in those industries are fearful of that because they're like, oh, I went to school for this and I figured this out and I did this and I did that. But it's just like, it's challenging us to be more creative. Like, if nothing else, it's challenging us to be creative. One thing that an AI can never do is give a human experience. AI can't move without some type of direction, it still needs us. So I think we have to take off the limited perspective that we have and just be like, okay, well, how can this make sense in my business? How can I do this to save time, to make more money? Every industry is being disrupted with AI, medical, healthcare, everything, banking systems. Shoot, even the government, I'm sure they use ChatGPT or they have their own version of ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying? Every arena. So it's just like we just have to figure out where we are with it. I'm not saying you got to go take 50 million classes. I think you got to figure out what's something you can add to your current business line, right? Wealthy people solve problems, right? So what's a problem that needs to be solved in your arena? And then I also think going into 2026, what's going to be very important is community. I'm thinking back to when Taylor Swift in her MySpace days, right? In her MySpace days, she was commenting in the comment section. She built the email list. She got their phone numbers. She built community. And when MySpace died, she still survived. Her brand still lives on. So I think we have to think about things like that going into 2026. I'm sorry. What I used to do back in the day was I would have marketing predictions, and they weren't really predictions. They were just things that Lord would reveal to me. And I would always do it every year. And I have not done that in a very long time, but I've been thinking about some of these things that I can see happening into 2026.
You want to share that with us?
That was part of it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I am not someone who predicts trends or anything like that. But this year, this fall, when I was praying for the new ideas and God was revealing these things to me, I felt very strongly that marketing is going to shift. And I already declared that I'm going to be in the forefront. I said, I'm going to disrupt marketing because the way that it's going right now, it was great in 2020. But in 2025, 2026, when you recognize like the same people aren't buying anymore because they're just not even seeing your content anymore, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and keep complaining like, hey, what do I do? What do I do? Or are you going to get in the forefront, right? So there's this one thing that I want to ask actually. What do you say to the people who feel like, oh my goodness, now this is something else that I have to learn when it comes to AI? You kind of touched on it already, but do you have any other advice for people who are like, I'm of a certain age and I've already had to learn how to do video content. Now I got to learn AI too?
I would say at least learn ChatGPT. Like, at least learn how to have conversations with this AI thing, because a lot of the things that you use is going to be some where you're telling it what to do. You're going to have some type of conversation. I also would say outsource. There are so many people like us who are in this AI space, and we can literally take a load off of you and get things done. You know what I'm saying? So I would say at least learn ChatGPT so you can know what's going on. I would also say outsourcing, hiring people. There's so many skills that you can do with AI. I even like a few weeks ago or throughout the summer, every day I would go, not every day, but I would post video content and I would talk about different businesses you can start with AI. And I was thinking to myself, like, these are legit businesses that people can start and like now and before the end of the year, at least bring in some money, you know what I mean, to start building out what you're going to do. So there's so much, you just got to figure out your lane in it. And even if you already have a business, you can start creating GPTs. Create those GPTs where you can use it to train your staff, train your employees. You can use it to act as your, financial advisor, whatever area you need in your business. You could train a GPT and it'll literally give you advice.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And I would add to this: the faster you learn, the faster you earn. I feel like sometimes people get to a space where they're like, I know everything and I don't want to learn anymore. And that's a surefire way to get stuck. Like if you're going to be a master in an area, then master it. Right. So now for those of you who are not in marketing, you could care less for marketing. Just remember that marketing is the lifeline of your business. If there's no marketing, you have no business because no one's going to know about it. Right. So you're using some type of marketing, whether you're relying heavily on word of mouth or you're relying heavily on digital marketing, right? AI just helps to enhance these things. Now, as Quonda says, you can outsource, you can hire team members, right? But whoever you hire, make sure that they are a master marketeer that's going to keep your brand relevant. A surefire way to die is to not have someone who's revolutionary on your marketing team to help you remain in the forefront. Like a lot of us, we started our businesses to build legacy, right? We didn't start our business for it to be the side chick to a 9 to 5. We didn't start it so that nobody could ever hear about it, so that it could be the best kept secret. Like, that's not why God gives you ideas. Like, God doesn't do anything secret. I mean, He may do secret for a time. And then when it comes time to reveal, it's time to reveal, right? So if we're thinking long term, we want to pass these businesses down to our family members. We want to build it to be millions of dollars. We want it to outlast us, or maybe we want to sell it, right? We want to make sure that we're staying in the forefront. So, what am I saying? Take time to learn. You make time for anything that you want to make time for. Now, granted, there are some seasons that are busier than others, but then there are other seasons that are not. There are some of you in here where you're like, I'd rather learn real estate. Go ahead, learn real estate. But here's the thing, you set aside that time to learn it. So if you really did want to take off with AI, all you have to do is take some time to learn it, and you will. I mean, I get frustrated too. I'm about to show y'all some of the content I was trying to create in Higgsfield, and I was like, what in the world is going on right now? But I'm like, I'm frustrated on day one, but by day 10, I'll be a pro.
Yeah, and Hicksville is one of those ones where you gotta like just sit and, well, for you, I'll say this for you. You just gotta be the producer that you can be, right? So you talk to this like you're talking to your staff. You know what I'm saying? So, but Hicksville, it's not necessarily for beginners. So I get why when I first was doing it, I'm like, this does a lot. So yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, that tip that you just said, talk to it like you talk to your staff. Because eventually I was like, oh, okay, this is what I gotta do. Okay, so y'all can all see this, right? I am creating a reenactment of King David's story, right? And so I put in the prompt. This is what I want him to look like. This is what the story is about. Now I told them he needs to be Middle Eastern and dark skin, right? And then I said I want to have like the different years on the screen so that people can see that time is going by. So this is year one. I probably, let me see, it's only like 8 seconds. So okay, that's King Saul. And I'm like, okay, but let me show you what year is this? Year 5 looks like. Why they did that to David? Why they made him that dark? I'm not mad. It's just that why did he look like this in year 1? And then he looked like this in year 5. I'm like, where did he get that dark?
Well, did you give it his look from the first year?
So that was the issue that I was having because I did not follow all of chat's prompts. Like chat was like, in order for it to remain the same, you have to copy and paste this entire thing. I didn't do that because I had it only at the top. So I'm thinking, oh, well, it's at the top. It'll be fine. No, I needed to copy and paste the entire thing. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, it gets
And
worse. It
and
gets
his
worse.
look.
This is King David in year 9 or something. Why he look like a woman?
Yeah, it will hallucinate if you don't tell it. But what you have to do is lock in your starting frame.
Yes, yes.
That's a good lesson. Follow chat, y'all. Follow chat.
Okay, so I did get better. Okay, this last scene, I felt like they nailed it, so I kept the last scene. But I got better, and I reprompted it, and then this is what it gave me. This is year 1.
By royal decree, accept this honor, David, son of Jesse.
I am your servant, my lady.
That to me was better. This is year 5. Look, see.
Search the ridges. Move.
They got better, right? And then this is year 9, I think it is. I got better. That was just in the span of like an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, Chanel, this is Higgsfield. I'll drop the link inside the chat for anybody who wants to use it. It is advanced and is a lot of tools that they have on there. And it could be overwhelming though. It really could. Like I tried to use HeyGen to do it. And HeyGen did it, but I realized that I didn't give it the right prompt. So it ate up all my credits. And I was like, all right, well, let me just go back to Higgsfield then. I got to learn this anyway. So
Yeah, Hicksville is more like that cinematic, like your world. It's that compared to Hagen. But the good thing about Higgsfield is there's different models. Like I think you were using VO, but there's different other models. You can use Kling, you can use Miramax. There's a whole bunch of different models. You can test things out to see which works
see how
best
she's a
for you.
pro? She instantly knew I was using VO. How you knew I was using VO?
It said it.
Did it? I thought she was like the quality of it. It looked like VO. It was giving.
No, VO actually is like one of the top. Now that they released whatever the latest one is, it looks really, really good.
Yeah, they did, and that's why I wanted to use VO because I wanted to get like better at it. I tried Sora as well. Sora is good too. Sora in Higgsfield gives you 12 seconds as opposed to VO only gives you 8 seconds, and Sora only eats up less credits. So, like, I mean, this is what we do. We show you different AI tools that you can use to create your content. Like, and we're learning through it too, right? Like in a month, I'm gonna tell you that I'm a pro at Higgsfield because it really doesn't take it doesn't take that long. 2, it doesn't take me that long. Like once I learn, it only takes me 3 tries. By the
You're a
third time,
director, so you got it easy. Y'all just use Google Gemini, the Google VO. Use that one. Stars more advanced. Just use that one.
true. Sora 2 is actually free right now. However, if you just download it on your phone, it does have the watermark. I don't know how to get rid of the watermark unless you know how to get rid of it.
I think there's a website that can do it. I don't know exactly the name. I don't know if you could take it off in Canva, because I know I use Canva to, if I use Gemini and it has that little watermark, I go in Canva to take it off.
Yeah. Canva makes it. I don't know how Gemini does their watermark, but they do it where we probably shouldn't say that because we want to keep it the way that you have it. But Sora does it like how Instagram and TikTok has their watermark, and it be all over the screen, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you use Sora through HeyGen or Higgsfield, you don't have to worry about that because it's baked into the platforms. And HeyGen also has VO, so like HeyGen is really like, I want to say HeyGen is probably my favorite tool right now. Like it's getting there. It's getting there. It's good. The price is good. My biggest problem with HeyGen is the quality. For the level that I'm at, they only export the content in 1080p. And then if you want to move up to get 4K, you can only do it if you purchase the team seat, and you have to have a minimum of 2 people in your team. And I'm like, I don't need a team. I just need the quality.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest issue with them. And I think Synthesia is the same thing too.
Yeah, you probably, if you really want to get that 4K, you probably have to buy something like a Topaz.
Well, Higgsfield has Topaz in there.
Yeah, I think they haven't released the 2K, 4K feature yet, but you can upscale.
Okay.
In there. Canva upscales too, I think.
Does it?
Mm-hmm. There's an app called the Video Upscaler.
Oh, I'm going to try it. I'm paying for all these apps. It's like, I just want an app that does everything in one. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I have like all these different tools right now. I'm like, can I just have one? Because CapCut upscales too, but sometimes it's good quality, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I noticed that like CapCut will do really, really well. And then the next time it will like overdo it, where it just looks ultra realism.
Oh my goodness.
Steroids.
I had CapCut upres a video for my mentor. To me, it looked crazy, but she liked it. I was like, it looked like someone sketched it. That's how crazy it looked. And she's like, no, this looks good. I was like, okay.
That's your world, so you know what's good and what's not.
That's true. I kind of want to show y'all something else because I finally have been using CapCut's AI cut feature, their automatic cut feature. So this is actually for those of you who hate editing and you're like, oh my goodness, please, I don't want to do this anymore. A CapCut actually has a feature, it's called AI cut, where you just put the content on the timeline, you select it, and then you prompt it, and it's going to cut it for you. I used it, I've been using it, this is my third time using it. And the video that it put together, it was really good. I was proud of CapCut. I was like, go ahead.
Let's see it.
Oh,
I feel like that's the next wave too, is a AI video editor that's gonna be able to take longer videos and just da 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 da. If it doesn't exist already, it will soon. I think it's just figuring out how to stabilize these programs, because a lot of them, they can't go beyond maybe 30 seconds. Like HeyGen is probably one of the ones that could do longer. But like some of these other ones, the quality would be better, but it can't hang in there as long. But going into 2026, I do believe that there will be other ways, other tools. And I'm one of them girls. I'm probably gonna buy it. That's just me. This is like my happy place. I seen Chanel put like, we don't even know what y'all talking about. And I'm just like, I know this is my world right here. And I'm like geeked up. Like, let's keep talking about Hicksville. Like that's where my brain is at. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, y'all, if we lost y'all. This is DR Conversations on the phone. I'm not going to front. I was trying my best not to hit you up last night, 11 o'clock at night. How do I get Hicksville to give me what I want? And I said, no, I'm going to figure this out. But y'all hang on now. Hang on. But this is our goal. Our goal is to show you how to use different AI tools so you can make money with it. Lots of money. I mean, a lot of you are already making money, but it's like, how can you do this faster, especially if you want to show up? If you're someone where you have a lot of clients, you're the CEO of your company, you're managing a lot of stuff, you want to show up on social media, but you're not really sure how, this actually will help you. So I'm going to share my screen and show you the video that CapCut cut for me. I did have to finagle it a little bit, but it did like the groundwork, which was, to me, top notch. So I edited this video for my sorority. We had an event on Saturday. And so I did an event highlight video. So, okay, here we go. And I keep finding there's a million things I could say, but you never really know them, but you never really know. Okay, I just am so proud of that video because I didn't have to edit it. Like,
that food looks so good.
Really good. It's at now one of my favorite restaurants called Maya's Bar and Kitchen, right in the Bronx. So if y'all are in New York, you want some really good Jamaican food, you don't feel like going to Brooklyn because Brooklyn's like a whole other state, just show up right here in the Bronx, Maya's Bar and Kitchen. We partnered with them, so we wanted to show their food. But as I was saying, I took all those videos and I threw it on CapCut's timeline. I hit AI cut. I told it, like, tell the story in chronological order. And then it added music. It told the story in chronological order. I probably swapped out a couple of shots, exported it, and it was done. Back in the day, I would have to sit there trying to figure out what shot do I want here? How do I use this? How long do I want this to be? Not anymore.
So you did you were at an event, you shot a bunch of events, you took all of that, just put it in CapCut, and CapCut just did everything for you.
That's the whole thing for me. Wow. And sometimes it's like, if any of you are writers, and you're accustomed to writing, but sometimes if you're staring at a blank screen, you don't know what to write. And then you could go to chat, and then chat will like give you the basis, and you're like, okay, good, I have a starting point. That's what CapCut did for me as an editor, because sometimes I'm looking at the timeline, I'm like, how do I want to edit this? Like, having to think about where to start is a lot. So I just put everything on a CapCut timeline, and I told CapCut, this is what I want. and it added the music, it cut everything together. I told it to prioritize close-up shots, and it did that. It did that.
I love that. What was the feature called?
It's AI cut.
AI cut.
Yeah, so like if you're using the mobile phone, it's in the upper left-hand corner, right above the timeline. You can just use that, which is how I did it. Use that. Now let me tell you, this is my third time using this. The first time I used it, I was like, "What in the? Why did you cut it that way?" The second time I used it, it was good, and by the third time, I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what we need. I know my style. I know what I like." So yeah, it's really really helpful. Just
And that'll be great if there's any like social media management companies or content creator companies and things like the people that do content. That'd be great for y'all to just do a shortcut. You got a bunch of clients, boom, 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 boom.
art just really really fast. You don't even have to pay an editor anymore. Okay, maybe pay the editor to like clean it up a
Clean
little
it
bit,
up.
clean it up a little bit. But after a while, once you know how CapCut is going to cut it, you'll already be able to anticipate like, oh, okay, let me prompt it better. Because really, like, it's really all about how do you prompt it.
Yeah. I
So I
love it.
wanted to put I am blessed, highly favored 1208 on the screen. Said, do you all, so the biggest problem is I really need help starting. Do you all help others get started? So I do want us to take some time to share how we do help you to get started. Do you want to go first, Quanda?
Started with what? Starting with AI or?
With AI and content creation.
Yeah, I would say if learn the basics, the first thing you need to do is if you never use ChatGPT, go download it or however, put it on your phone or whatever, and just go in there and start talking to it, start playing around with it. Then start thinking about how can what in what part of your business or what part of your life do you think AI will make sense, right? If you're already a business owner, think about how can AI help my current client or my current customer? How can it make them save time? How can it help me save money or make more money? So start thinking about things like that. So I would just say learn something like that and then invest, right? Get you a coach or somebody or take a class to learn AI, depending on where you are. I after Black Friday, I stopped offering a lot of my beginner stuff. So I wouldn't do beginner. But if you wanted to learn something advanced, I'm having a class on Friday, but that class is teaching you how to create AI artists or AI influencers. So I have that this Friday. But as far as like the beginner stuff, I don't really have any tools.
That's good though. And I forgot to ask you, I put it inside the private chat. Yeah, you can read the private chat, then let me know. But for me, similar to what Quanda said, I do help you with just starting with AI, though. It's in my AI Content to Cash challenge. However, the challenge is for business owners who are already at six figures and you're currently getting sales through word of mouth and referrals. And what you want right now is how you can utilize social media content in order for you to reach a larger audience, right? So we show you how to leverage AI content creation in order to do that, because especially in this phase, putting out more content is what's going to help you, right? Like back in the day, you can post like once a day and be fine, but I've been noticing that if you post 2 or 3 times a day now, I guess back in the day you could do this too, but it helps you to really grow really quickly, and AI can help you do that. So we do show you what tools you can use, more than just using ChatGPT. I do in the challenge, we don't really walk you through HeyGen and Hicksville. In our academy, we walk you through all of these things. So we're in a session right now where we're actually teaching you how to use HeyGen, how you can clone yourself so that you can create your content faster and more. We're actually going to teach you how to use 11 labs so that you can actually do voiceover content. We show you how to use a Stanley so that you can actually connect that to your LinkedIn and create content that way. So there's a lot of AI tools that we do use. We do show you how to do it when you're just starting out. However, we do work with business owners who have already hit six figures and you're looking to scale your business to the next level.
And that just gave me an idea. Usually I give y'all like a business idea. You could start with AI, but when she said voiceover, there's a whole business you can start, voiceover business, and you can use AI to do it. People need voiceovers for their videos or I know in the church world, there's always a conference going on and they're always looking for a voiceover artist. You can reach out to a bunch of churches or people that have an events and say, hey, I can do your voiceover. I can, send that back to your graphics person or whoever is in charge, your media team, whoever's in charge, and get that thing done. So that's another business idea, is a voiceover business, or even ads for different brands and different companies. You're on mute. Are you talking?
I just dropped your masterclass in the chat. So if anybody wants to get access to Quonda's masterclass that she's teaching on Friday, if you want to learn how to create your own AI artist, the link is in the chat. And then I'm going to drop mine in the chat just shortly. But I just want to update this banner first.
Okay, this is actually my last class of the year, so I'm super excited. 2026 is going to be an amazing year, especially if you're somebody and you've already been working this AI thing. I just think like it's going to really, really take off to the people that have been implementing already. I'm pivoting, I'm shifting. There was Black Friday was like my last final straw with a lot of the things that I was offering before. So after Friday, or after Monday, was that yesterday? Yeah, I just wiped it clean and I'm just going on a fresh new start. And I'm super excited. Super excited. What you got? What you thinking about the new year?
So, okay, this morning I prayed to God. I swear when I pray to him, he'd be like, right here. And I'm like, that fast? However, I'm still waiting on my husband to find me. That's probably gonna be my thing for the new year. If I could like create an AI clone of a husband, that's probably gonna work out. That ain't gonna work out. But for 2026, my main focus is continuing to promote my podcast, right? And really, you know what? I know for a fact I'm doubling down 10 toes with AI. And really, like, I think my entire business is going to shift because this year, towards the end of the year, I really just have not been desiring to promote content the way that I have been promoting it. I think it's outdated. It feels outdated. And so, like, my shift now is like, these are the AI tools. No, it's not even these are the AI tools. These are the stories you can use to build your brand and to explode your brand and to bring in millions of dollars. And here's how we can help you by using AI tools. So I think that's going to be our main focus. Like even one of my clients right now, I'm pitching to them how we can use AI content. What is it? Micro dramas using AI for their brand. So I'll be doing that a lot with my clients, especially because a lot of them don't like being on camera. So instead of me trying to like encourage you to be on camera, screw all of that. We're just going to use AI to create the content now. And honestly, like I was watching, have anybody followed Duolingo on TikTok? Duolingo is wild crazy. They have 17 million followers, but their content is crazy. When I say crazy, I mean, you kind of looking at them like, why are you creating this? But it's working for them, right? Like their whole goal is to build buzz around their brand, but they have a micro drama series as well. I mean, it was 3 parts and it was so silly, but it worked for them. The first one had like 17 million views or something like that, right? So I think right now, let me stop saying I think. I can see that there are a lot of brands who want to revolutionize their marketing. They're tired of doing it the old way. They're tired of offering the tips and doing the educational content. They want to know, how can I still promote my brand but make it entertaining enough to reach the larger masses and still get them to buy? Because that's the important thing, right? Like I was meeting with some social media assistants because I'm hiring one for my mentor, and both of them kept talking about trends. Like, gotta hop on trends. And I'm like, my goodness, trends is so 2020. They're also not in America. Okay, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
you're not in America. So, but to them, that's still like a thing. I told them like we can do some trends, but that's not going to be our main thing. We have to shift. And my whole thing is like being in the forefront. I'm not being behind anymore. I'm going to be in the forefront, leading the way. So that's my main focus for 2026.
I love it. Do you know who else is posts very interesting content? The White House on TikTok.
Really?
I've seen them post, you know, that I got greens, beans, tomatoes, da, da, da.
Mhm, mhm.
They posted that the other day. I thought that was so interesting. And
They
then
know,
Trump,
they know who their president is.
they had Trump dancing to it. That's why I thought
Come up
was,
with this.
yeah. Like they started off with Auntie Shirley in church, and then it goes into him in different scenes. And I was just like, and then a couple of weeks ago, I saw that they posted Nicki Minaj, one of her songs. And I think it was like Bees in the Trap, one of them. And I was just like, whoever's running that White House TikTok must be 21 or something.
It got to be 21 and black because what?
Like, yeah, it just randomly comes on my feed and I just crack up. I'm like, I remember there would be a day where there probably wouldn't even be a White House page, or it would just be like something very astute, you know, very
Mhm.
demure, very cutesy.
Mhm.
But we live in a different day.
We definitely do. And you know what? It's very telling though, right? Because everyone is jumping on this content bandwagon. Like before, people liked reels, they were doing reels and they were still trying to maintain a certain type of persona. But today people are creating new personas because they know this is what's going to attract the audience. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because Gen Zers are really like coming up and taking over. I like to think that millennials are leading this as well. Like we disrupted so many things, right? But anyway, but I think that's interesting. It reminds me of the mayor. Was it the mayor's office in New York City when Eric Adams' team was running the social media? Their content was bizarre. I mean, during the elections, I was like, is it okay for you to put this stuff out? They were using AI, but they were coming at Cuomo, they were coming at Mamdani. And I mean, it was like the nastiest things, but it was very creative. I was like, oh my goodness, okay. So, hey, if the White House and New York City mayor decide sees the importance of AI and content creation, I mean, what does that say about your business?
Right. Yeah. It's and AI, let me just say this, AI is definitely not a trend. I think it's just magnified because we as regular people have access to it. But it's definitely not a trend.
No.
It's just gonna get more beyond the levels of creativity. It's just gonna challenge us to be greater and greater and greater and greater. And we're gonna be multi-billionaires very, very soon.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Like Quonda and Star, they started their own AI company and made billions of dollars off of it. Now they're the world's third and fourth trillionaires. Okay, I'm just throwing out headlines.
Thank you, Heaven.
Right.
Thanks,
Thank
Heaven.
you, Evan. I love that. All right. I am blessed. Highly favored says, agree when you are in your age 60, AI is not easy to figure out. Well, that's why we help you to learn how to use it. Like a lot of my clients, they are in their 50s, late 40s, 50s, and a few in their 60s as well. Like that's actually my target audience. So we show you how to use that. And honestly, that's also a mindset thing too.
Yeah.
If you convince yourself that you can learn anything very quickly, you will. Like I have learned, so I have a superpower, y'all. I'm gonna share the superpower, then we gotta wrap up, right? But my superpower is that I can learn something 3 times, and on the third time, I can teach it like I've always known it. And when I first noticed that, it was in 2020, right? Like God had me in a space where I was learning a lot of things, and when I learned it by the third time, I was able to spit it out like I've been learning it all my life, right? And I thought that was just for the word of God. But I then started seeing it in marketing. I started seeing it in finances. And when it starts to kick in, I can feel it kicking in because I'm like, why am I talking like I've known this all my life? And then I remember, well, that's my superpower, right? But the only reason why it's my superpower is because I convinced myself that I could do that. Like I literally tell myself, you only need 3 tries and then that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
God, I'm pretty sure God enhances it too. Like God has great memory, so he can recall anything. However, mindset, if you tell yourself I can learn anything and I'll learn it very quickly, you will.
Absolutely. And then now a lot of the apps too, or at least with ChatGPT, you can kind of speak it and
Yes.
say, I want you to do this. Show me how to do this.
Yep.
So yeah, I believe getting those limited beliefs off. And then I think I've seen there are some people that are specializing in AI for people in their 50s and 60s. So you might just need to connect with the community that supports that.
That's good. That's good. That's really good. All right. So that's what we have for you all today. Do you want to promote your masterclass again?
Yeah, so this Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, live on Zoom. If you want to learn how to build out an AI influencer, AI artist, I'll be showing you from start to finish. We're also going to get into ways to market it. We're also going to get in some ways to monetize it. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. We have a good amount of people joining, and registration is still open. So if you're somebody and you want to learn that, but I'm going to teach you from the standpoint of like, this is not like a trend. This is something to build digital IP, right? Going into 2026, and even now, I've been talking about when you're going into 2026 to start building ecosystems, start building things off of social media. So that way you have your own and you don't have to be reliant on a platform to be able to make money. Like if Instagram or TikTok shut down today, I want you to be able to still have a thriving business, right? Still a way to communicate with your audience, with your fan. I keep saying fans because in my mind, I work with musicians. So that's why I keep saying fans. So just things like that. So I'm super excited about that. And we can talk about that next whenever we go back, if it's next week. Um, Ecosystems, because that's like a thing that's a part of that prophetic mind or predictions, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Hey, you used that word 2 times today already. You used it in your intro. You just used it right now. So
Yeah, that's my word.
I love it. I have a word too. Mine is called it's called wealth verse. So whatever's in my wealth verse. But that's all the content that I'm creating. It's in that. And Chat GPT has it. And Chat's like, do you want me to create content for your wealth verse? Yes. So
I love it.
awesome. And then for those of you who would like to check out my podcast, it's called Wisdom to Wealth Podcast. And of course, I should have the link here already, but I keep forgetting to pull it up. But it's called Wisdom to Wealth Podcast, where I have the very first AI co-host that is with me. She has full-blown conversations with me. It's a full-blown show. So after this live, if you still want to be on YouTube, you still want to check out our content, I'm going to drop the link in just a little bit so that you can get access to it. But my AI co-host, her name is Shine. We already got 2 episodes up. Our next episode launches tomorrow. We're also launching our OG episodes with Shine's little commentary in the beginning, but the goal is to really blow up the podcast and really just build this out as a personality and have fun with it. That is the goal, and to get clients, of course. But
Of course. I think you should show the Shine though, so they can see what you're working with.
oh
Do you
yeah,
ever?
I never show her, do I?
Yeah, like people are like, well, you say AI co-host, what does that mean? They're probably thinking a robot.
Let me,
You just never know who's watching. So let's
let me grab her right now.
Shine probably needs her own social media too.
Eventually she will. I mean, she just got a backstory, so eventually she will have her own social media. She's gonna have a whole team. If she becomes a millionaire before me,
What?
I'm gonna have to fight everybody.
Somebody wrote in my comment section, I think it was a video I did of like Mina. Mina's my AI artist, and they said, well, is she getting the royalties or you? I was like, oh, this is not a serious question.
That's hilarious.
That is.
Because you know what it is, and that's the thing that is very interesting to me when people get mad. About AI, I'm like, you do know it's the creator that's making the money, right? Like
Right.
when Zanae Monet blew up, Zanae Monet didn't make no $3 million. Talisha Jones made $3 million. Like, it's so wild to me how people's mindset is. Like, where do you think the money's gonna go? You think there's gonna be a slave creator that doesn't get paid from it? Like, that's wild to me.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of like comments like that lately too, but I've been using it for my good to like troll them back and to get more I guess exposure. So I love it.
Yeah, that's good. I love that you're not letting that stop you, but not that it would anyway, because we don't let people's pettiness get in the way of millions. That don't make any sense. So this is Shine. I don't know what she's talking about right here, but I'm going to hit play so you can all hear her and see how she is part of this podcast. Oh, it's
the sexism you experience too. And it's so subtle. It's enough to make anyone want to quit. Like Malcolm X said, the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in America is the Black woman.
I found myself settling. I remember I found myself giving up on all of my dreams, and God was telling me, he brought me to this story. So that's just a taste of Shine. She is all over my YouTube. She's also all over my Facebook too. That Facebook content has been doing good, by the way, Quonda. Did I give you an update?
No.
They are loving her over there. I've been releasing, so we have a segment in Wisdom to Wealth. It's called Generational Gold. It's towards the end of the episode, so if you choose to watch it, you'll get to see it. But it's where Shine actually shares stories of Black millionaires, from the 1800s, 1700s, that have been hidden in American history. And so I've taken snippets of it. I'll take the whole 5 minutes, drop it on Facebook, and people are like, yes, we need this. And I'm like, oh, y'all like this? So I just keep releasing more of it. Like, they have been really falling in love with Shine. So if you all want to go ahead and support, actually not if, please support. Share, but don't keep it to yourself. That's the thing. Like share it with others, watch it, share with others. I promise you you'll love it because Shine is hilarious. I'm corny, but it's okay. But it's a lot of fun.
Did you put it in the chat?
No, because of course I forgot.
Okay, put it in the chat. And one thing I want to say, I want to, tilt my hat to you because it takes work for you to do these movements and mannerisms. That's how I know you're called to that world, right? Because like to think like, yes, you know what I mean? Applauding her on like that takes work.
Yeah.
And something Star is getting ready to do in 2026. She's gonna help other people build those out. So if you're somebody and you want to start your own AI podcast, you got to definitely hire Star.
That's it.
Definitely hire Star.
That's it. You know, you said something that was very interesting. It's because I do that in my podcast that makes me want to jump into the other parts of marketing with the micro dramas, because I really can see the whole thing. Like when I was developing this, I was like, no, I have to react to her or it's going to look weird. But I'm also accustomed to producing shows. So I already know like what needs to be put into it. So,
but you know what? I'll say this one thing and we can wrap it up. What you were doing in like during the pandemic in 2020, those were kind of like micro dramas. How you were doing video content back then.
Yeah.
And the different roles and all of that. That's what attracted me to your content back then. It's just like you would be jumping in the video or da, da, da. I just thought it was cool because I'm like, I don't do that style of content, but I love to see somebody else do it.
Yeah, you know, those videos, the transition videos did great, but the other ones when I was doing the skits, they did not perform. That's why I stopped doing them. They didn't perform at all. I was like, dang, I thought it was good stuff too.
Sometimes you just have to spin the block on something or like, revamp it.
You know what I believe is going to happen though? When this face becomes famous, people are going to go back and be like, oh my goodness, her content has always been great. And I'm like, y'all hate us. All right, y'all. This has been a great episode. We'll be back again next Tuesday. Not sure what we're talking about yet, but if you have any questions, you can feel free to drop it in the chat. If you have any ideas on what you want us to cover, feel free to drop that in the chat as well. The links for Quonda's masterclass is going to be in the description, so you all can join. Again, Friday's the last day, and then she's taking a break for the rest of the year. So if you want to get in now to get a head start, make sure you click the link, join her masterclass. Don't wait till January, because January is when everybody else is going to get started. You get the head start right now. And then the link for Wisdom to Wealth podcast episode is also going to be inside the description, so you can get access to.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.